stop touching the table.
Ooh, make everybody seasick. Welcome. We've changed locations. We are all together again, and we wanted to welcome you to the Cross Stitch Emporium. This is where we will probably do weekly updates. We'll talk about what's new in the shop, and we'll just have a conversation because it's easier to do with more than one. Annie gave me some advice, the proper stitcher. She's like, just pretend you're talking to somebody. I'm like, I need my peeps with me. This is not a one-man show. So we do have some notes. But so you know, my name is Jenny. I have moved to Sheridan after I got out of the military, and I needed a job. And I had a job. I worked for a very wonderful lady, and I still work for her one day a week. And I learned about retail. I didn't learn about cross-stitch retail, but I learned a lot about retail. So this is a dream that I had since I got out of the military. We talked about it, and now we've made it a reality. And it's taken me a little bit to get there. But we, last week on Thursday, opened the Cross Stitch Emporium. And since then, we have had a lot of orders, and I've learned about restocking. So I've got lots of mail coming this week and lots of restock available. But we wanted to talk a little bit about the Cross Stitch Emporium, what it meant to us, and what we're going to feature this week. So, how did we get here? Well, our mom taught us to stitch when we were teenagers. Maybe a little younger than that.
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts, teenagers, we were young.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's something that we kept up with.
No, we kind of gave it up for
We gave
a while.
it up. We had kids, we were moms. And then we went
Careers.
back. Careers. And then after I separated, or as I was separating from the military, I had foot surgery and I couldn't quilt, which is something Nancy taught me to do. And so I had to do something different. So I bought a little kit from Michael's with my coupon and my military discount. I think I spent $4 on it. Steve was really impressed with me. And it took me like 3 months to do. And it's not right. It's a hot mess. Counting matters.
Was that your bicycle?
It's my bicycle. But we learned a lot. And since then, we have learned about linen. We have learned about floss. We have learned about Jack's chewing on his bone. This is Jack's space. He loves this room.
He's going back there.
He's going to get hits fine.
Yeah.
He'll go lay down. I'll just have to learn next time to pick up the toys. And so we've learned about this community. We've learned about designers. We have learned about how to be friends and a journey that has brought us all together. Can I have that, Jackson? Can I have that? Thank you. Good boy. We're not chewing the salad right now. It's so disgusting.
It's disgusting. I just set it
Just
down.
set it over there, babe. Somewhere where.
Okay.
Whew, sorry. So with that, that's how we got started. I separated from the military after 26 years, and I was kind of at a loss for what I wanted to do. I did not want to do something business. Or not like office related. Politics really during COVID drove me out of the military. It was just a lot to handle, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So we had to think of something. And we had a cross stitch shop in Wyoming, and the lady passed away the summer I separated. And her family, as you do with everything, you have to figure out what to do with their parents, but her business, and they sold it, but they didn't sell it as a shop. They like literally just sold everything. And so I got here too late to figure it out. And I've just spent the last few years learning about myself and what I knew how to do and how I wanted to do it. So that's how we got here. Since then, my sister, who's been a huge supporter, has pushed me along. What do you say? What would you say? Annoyed the hell out of me?
Doing what little sisters do. We're going that way.
Yeah, so
Well, I just kept asking her when.
and I didn't have a good answer. And finally, my friend Stacy from Thread That Needle Stitchery is like, I think it was her husband Brian. We were talking on the phone one day on speaker, and my husband was there and her husband was there, and they were like, "Shit, I'll get off the pot." And I went, "Oh, well, that was blunt." And so when you put it to words, dreams are dreams, but when you put your dreams to words and you build a goal, they become reality. And that's what we're doing. We're making this become reality. And so this is a journey. My goal is to own an actual storefront. Oh yeah, you gotta figure out this table. So we have spent some time, Steve and I, with our finances and where we're comfortable, figuring out what that meant. And what that meant for us was we were not going to spend double the price to be in town. We are actually we have to take our pole barn down and put a new one up because of the age of our pole barn and the condition of our pole barn and the size of our pole barn. We needed a little bigger. So we finally we're working with a contractor, and we should have our final plans on Wednesday. And if the calendar aligns, we'll break ground in June, and by early fall, we will be in our shop. So I'm super excited, and we'll figure out hours and times for that at that time. So there's a lot of people that I really want to thank for believing in me before we talk about stitching in the store. And that is my sister Nancy, my brother David, and my mom. They have always been, no matter what journey you're on, your family is either with you or they're not. And they have been with me. My husband Stephen is I don't want to say he's my best friend, because sometimes I have to complain about him.
You almost got divorced.
He almost got divorced over printing last Friday. But he's my soulmate. He's the guy who has helped me spread my wings and has the faith in whatever I've said I'm going to do. He has the faith and believes in me. He gave up his career so I could be in my... That's him doing this leprechaun dance out there. He gave up his career so I could continue mine, and he was really the steadfast for our children as I deployed a lot, and it's just always been my main guy. So he's another one that has just always been there. My nieces, our kids, they've all joined on this cross stitch journey and have been 100% behind us. So it's really a family thing. Like, I can't say that this is something I would do by myself. And why do you guys keep scooting further and further away? Like,
this is like your show.
I might
It needs to be your show.
No,
So you were crying.
I know, right?
Yeah, you know how that works with us. So like that.
So, like, in 2023, I met Shelly for lunch. I was back in Ohio with my husband, that's where his job is, and we talked about our future. She talked about becoming the antique needleworker as a designer, and I talked about being a shop owner. And she beat me to the punch. I mean, it wasn't a race, but we said we're going to do it in 2024. And I was still working pretty hard. I thought my boss was going to quit her job. I thought she was going to retire, and she didn't. And I committed to Christmas with her, so I didn't get as far along in my shop as I wanted to in 24. But 25, we hit it hard. I told my boss, I said, I have to be done after Christmas. I will work 1 day a week for you until you can either sell your shop or replace me. And she hasn't quite replaced me yet. But she is selling her shop. So I guess small steps. So Shelly, I want to give a big shout out for her. Annie, the proper stitcher, she has been so helpful in any questions I've ever had. Stacy from Thread Dye Needle Stitchery, she is also a huge supporter and has just been a rock steady for any question I've ever had. My friend Sarah from Sarah Memphis is also opening her shop, so the three of us will all have storefronts and an online service for that. Missy, Two Needles Pulling Thread, her and Kathy have been huge supporters, but Missy went with me to market, and I kind of needed that directness and that help to make sure that I got what I needed done because it was all new to me. And Andrea and Tammy, you probably know Tammy Totten if you're anybody in the cross stitch world. I don't know Tammy.
If you don't know Tammy,
you'll
know her.
You've not spent 1 day at a retreat or 1 day in a group, but she is truly a crown straightener, and her sister Andrea they've just been a lot in our lives. So that right there is my core group. Alicia from the Fancy Flamingo and Carrie from Tiger Lily have all been huge supporters as we've gotten this business started. All right. The two people I want to thank for my shop itself is Colleen from Lockerbie Stitches. She made my logo. My logo is of Jack, our first lab. And he is...
Can we show this?
That's fine. It's just the store. He stays in this room with me when I'm in here. He's in here on his bed. He brings his toys in. Walker does not stay in the room with me. I don't know why, but Jack is always here. He'll probably be our shop dog. Walker, not so much. You can't trust Walker to stay in a room, to sit when you tell him to sit, but Jack you can. So, and then Megan from Lily and Company Creative. She was in charge of my marketing department when I was a group commander, and she has since left her career in the Air Force and taken on her own company, and she has helped me. When I started to learn to set up my website, I call her, and finally I said, look, this looks like a kindergartner did it. There's nothing wrong with that, but I needed a little more help. I wanted it to look professional. So I did a lot of the research, but she, because of her marketing background, made it look amazing. So what is on the website is her interpretation of my kindergarten art. I'll just say it like that. So I appreciate the fact that she was there to help me. She's there to answer the questions I have in the business. And he found the other bone, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So this week, what we'd like to talk about are 3 things that are in the shop and we're excited about. The first one, if you have never, ever bought a cookbook, even if you don't cook, this is your cookbook. And I offer that because this cookbook has a lot of recipes and a gazillion. That's a lot, but there's like 67 pages of
I know you guys can't read
smalls.
that, but these are smalls and recipes.
From these designers and thread owners. And
my husband got the cookies from, was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they become freebies when you buy the cookbook, but there's holiday designs, there's, I don't
Berries.
know. Berries.
Welcome.
There's desserts, there's drinks.
What are these?
Those are just motifs.
Needles.
Anyway,
houses.
we do have a few left in the shop if you're interested. And once they're sold out, Yarn Tree doesn't normally reprint them. So I think they did one reprint and that's it. So if you're interested, those are in the shop. There's 2 things I wanted to highlight this week, and that is my friend Emily Call did an exclusive. You know, when you talk about opening your shop, our friend Emily Call.
She forgets that.
I say she's a regional stitcher, but she's from Utah. And when I told her I was opening my shop, she was like, I have a new design this year. So this year, one of her releases is called Real Queens, and she was going to release it at market. And what she did for me is she is allowing me to have this as an exclusive for a few months. It'll be available for other shops eventually. But for now, if you want Real Queens, you have to come to the shop. And I do appreciate that. But this is the cutest stitch. It's all stitched in DMC. So in the shop, what we did is we built a thread pack and with the pattern. We did not put the linen in there because I've got my first linen order out. It'll be here in a few weeks. I'm super excited about that. And I have one other piece of linen. So that it really wasn't going to help you. But I was able to pull this all from stash, and it's all DMC. And the one thing Emily did say about this one, and this is our saying, if you've watched our Floss Tube, the Bougie Stitchers, Nancy and I are always about, hey, straighten each other's crown. I don't think it's something you learn as a younger woman. But I think as an older woman, we learn that this tribe, you're not in this fight alone. It takes a tribe. And this tribe has been there to help me. And so real queens straighten each other's crowns. And what she said is she can't wait to see how other people might choose a color palette. Emily was a new designer at market this year, and she did amazing. Her room was super cute. She brought 2 friends from her with 2. Oh, don't put your elbows on the table. It's 2 friends came with her from Utah to help her at market, and it was just a really fun room. And she is such an inspiration.
She had to put a suitcase in a suitcase. She sold out everything, which was awesome.
Yeah, she did well. I also put a suitcase in a suitcase when I went out. I packed.
No, she came back that way.
I know, but I went out that way. And when I came back, I had 68 pounds.
Whoops.
Well, it's okay. You get to 70. I got 70 pounds. I had 68 pounds, 63 pounds or something like that. And that was just in one suitcase. The other suitcase was my personal stuff, so I didn't count that, but I've shipped that one too. The next pattern I really wanted to show is one that I would like to, I would really like to sell over the next couple weeks. With summer coming in, this pattern from Annie, this was originally released with, by Alicia, through Alicia in her flamingo box. Help me with it. The fanciful flamingo. I was like, it's the pink box. But with her pink boxes, you get the thread, you get a finishing board, you get a piece of fabric.
A goodie.
A goodie. There's just a lot in her boxes. And her boxes, if you are a new stitcher, are great. They are not complicated stitches.
Mm-mm.
What I love about this stitch is you just pick your fabric from stash.
Got it? Mm-hmm. Do you have the whole board in here? Yeah. The whole packet?
No, I don't have the whole packet. But this pattern is now released. And so with it being released, I have it in the shop. And I just think it says, sweet friendships refresh the soul and awaken our hearts with joy. That's Proverbs 27:9. And I think that is true. I think that is a very true statement. And I just wanted to showcase this one. When I started the shop, it was kind of hard to break into the wholesale part of it, because people, not negatively, but you have to show that you're a shop owner. Well, my website wasn't up because I didn't want to open it up until around market. I have an address, but I don't have a building that I'm actually in. So there was that problem. So I just dealt with a lot of, how do I get there from here? I'm not sure what my son is doing, but he's out there.
He's just dinner ready.
Oh, lunch is ready. So it was one of those, like, what do you do with that? So sorry, Drew totally. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm scared.
You're doing great.
And then just so you know, this is Jenny's shop. We're just support.
Yeah.
I tell you, you can't do anything on your own. You need a team. I have been trying to record this specific floss tube all week, and Tuesday I learned that Donna Jordan died, and I'm not kidding you. Like, she was an inspiration for me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I spent the day like crying and stitching. Wednesday, I had a doctor's appointment. No, it was Thursday. Anyways, I had to go into town. I had to do some things. And then I just ran out of steam. And then Thursday, I had a doctor's appointment. We went with the builder. Like, that took some time. And I kept filling orders. You guys, I can't tell you, like, the shop right now looks like I don't have a whole lot in it because you guys bought me out. And I appreciate that. And I have been on the phone with designers reordering.
And I got a helpful an order this morning.
You did. So I've learned a lot. I learned about tracking. I didn't realize I was hitting the wrong thing was I was telling it to print my labels, but everybody should now have be able to track their package as it leaves here. We do live at the end of the Pony Express, but the ladies in town have been great. So right now we are online only, but hopefully if everything aligns correctly, our builder has said that we should be in the shop by early August, September timeframe at the latest. So
It's going to be so pretty.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. And we're just, collecting things because it's an emporium. I want it to be comfortable. I want people to come in, and I don't want to put like our shop, like some shops focus on mirabilias and some shops focus on samplers and some shops focus on, I don't want to focus on any one thing. I want a variety because I want people to come into the store and find things they might not have thought about, or to try things. I want a whole spot in the shop where you can pull a Q-snap off the wall, not out of its wrapper, but actually a Q-snap that can be used, and a hoop that can be used, and a Nurge hoop that can be used.
I was going to say, you got some Nurges for your sister.
Yes. We will eventually add punch needle, but probably not till later this summer, because linen is expensive. And we are self-funding this journey. Like, eventually we'll pay ourselves back for the investment that we put into the shop, but that's how we're making the shop work right now. So it's been a fun adventure, and these will probably be shorter videos. If you want to know a lot about the three of us, the Bougie Stitchers is our other channel, and we will keep that one,
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, not monetized, but it'll be like our family secrets. And then this one will more be focused on shops. So
This is the PC version.
Yes, this is very politically correct. There'll only be probably a few tears here and there, but so over the last week, I've had quite a few orders. I try to get those orders out same day. If you order at a specific time, I'll have to just get it in the mail the next day because the Pony Express leaves Sheridan like 5:20. So until then, if you would be so helpful as to subscribe to this channel, and if you've got questions, you can email me. All the contact information, Jenny at the CrossStitchEmporium.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And
we should get on TikTok.
oh, I don't
One
know.
step at a time, Mom. One step
Look,
at a
it
time.
took me forever. I still don't think I got Instagram right. So,
I could manage your social media.
oh, that would be amazing. I do need that. Look, like I will tell you, we were born
That'd be your kickback.
as designers. Yeah,
Cool. I can
right.
do it.
Nancy got fired from being a model stitcher.
I got fired before I even got hired.
I'm so excited.
No, you were not fired.
you're
I
not
was not
fired.
fired. No, I said I get to. I
Oh.
get to be a model stitcher.
For those of you that have reached out and said that you would love to model stitch, I absolutely want you to. And I have you written down. I just have to get my mind wrapped around what I want to put for models. Nancy's not model stitching. If you follow us on the Bougie Stitchers, you will know my sister.
So I said,
understand.
hey, I'll model stitch for you. And she's like, no. I mean, there wasn't a simple think about it. You know, I'll put you on the back burner. It was just a hard no.
And
I
why?
accept it
Why did I say no?
because I'm a really slow stitcher.
Let's just say that if I gave her a stitch to model stitch, I might see it in 2 years. By that time, that pattern will no longer be sought after or desired, but I would have the model.
Yeah, you would have it.
And there's that. So with that, I hope your stitches lay flat.
I really like that saying.
I think it's important. Like I will tell you on my pub, some of my
Subscribe below.
Okay.
You can click that button right there.
yeah, but
Cut her off.
it's fine.
That is why I want people to push that button right there.
And this is why I need friends, because I will not remember to say all these things. But I hope your stitches lay flat. And if you have questions or comments, or please reach out. I will try to be very responsive. This is my primary job now, and I'm super excited about that. So with that, thank you though for all of you who I've mentioned, or maybe I've missed it. If I missed you, I'm sorry, for being part of my journey. Please, our two patterns this week that we're going to focus on are Sweet Friendship, Emily Calls, Real Queens, and then we do have the cookbook.
And Annie's my friend, and so is Emily, just so you know.
And there's that. Will you shut us off, please? So we can go eat
Please
lunch.
support Jenny and her journey, and that'd be great. There's also other shops out there, like Jenny said. There's Stacy's.
Yeah.
There's Sarah. There's a lot of shops out there.
There are a lot of shops, but if you happen to be in the area, we really would appreciate if you'd
But
see
we're
us.
biased.
All right.
All right, take care.
What's our address? 5 Beaver Creek.
2 Beaver Creek. But
Two.
we're not
No,
open
open
yet.
yet.
But we will show you the shop.